Hello everyone, welcome back to the lab, and also welcome to another new episode of Road to World 2024, where I will be documenting my journey, my grind of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, and eventually or hopefully make to the World Championship of 2024. That being said, let's start today's new episode. So in the previous one, I included a lot of collections of my deck profiles from the past few major events, both the Undisputed UDS and YC's Las Vegas. If you have not watched that video, feel free to go watch that one first, and then come back later to this one. This one is more just like I mentioned the previous one. It's more just gonna be only combo videos. I'm not gonna be really explaining too many cards because those were already most likely already explained in the previous one. So that being said, let me switch to my actual cards instead of Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro every other time. So the first combo I'm going to include is single Ash. I know this is the basic of the basic at this point. A lot of people, but still, a lot of people still do a single Ash combo differently. I've witnessed several different ways of going through this, and honestly, with different version of the deck, whether Fire King or not, whether having Parallel Exceed, so no Jet or not, the combos variant. There's a lot of different ways to do it. At this current moment, I think the combo I'm going to show is, in my opinion, the best combo to do, at least for myself. But obviously, there could be more combos that I don't know. There could be combos that's better for other variants. There could be more combos discovered in the future. So we'll just see. I'll show you what I think it's the best right now. So single Ash goes normal summon, search, Poplar trigger summons, and search Tempo. Tempo activate, bench Oak, and here use Ashafat Tribute Oak to special summon Flember. And next, these two, Flember and Poplar, link into IP. We'll trigger both of these here. Flember Chainlink 1, Poplar Chainlink 2. Poplar Chainlink 2 will targeting the Flember and bench the Flember. And Flember will summon 2 level 1 fire, including Oak. Oak was only going from the back row to the graveyard, so actually has never triggered the effect. So Oak will trigger here. Summon the Poplar back. See, this at this current moment, it's already in the range of Nibiru, but we're also posting threat of a possible potential Appaloosa. So a Nibiru could actually happen here. Even if a Nib here happens, we get a token. Tempo will trigger, bring out a Flember, and then Flember can still just bench the IP. So you still end on Flember IP, was even a token, maybe doing something or not. And this is still a solid setup after being Nib. But if Nib doesn't happen, this goes here, this is in the back row. If Nib doesn't happen, or what I like to do is link these 3, leaving the Oak on the field, those 3 monsters into Appaloosa for 3. Just use a dice to represent it. So it's a 3 material Appaloosa, and then Oak can tribute the Flember here, summon another Flember to the field, and the second Flember will bench the IP. So this is one way I've been liking a lot. I actually didn't discover it before the UDS. I discovered it in between UDS and Vegas. So when you see some of my feature match on stream or the written feature match, I wasn't doing this. I hope I knew this. Actually, I think knowing this combo might actually change some of the outcome of the matches during the UDS, but I didn't figure it out early enough to do it. But I've been doing this the entire time at Vegas and has been doing quite well for me. So what's the advantage of this combo? This combo, I start with Ash, Poplar, and grab Tempo, which means I've never used any access to original. This will allow me to do the same combo essentially with either Wanted or Diabell to start. Because I can just go Wanted, Diabell, get original get to Ash, and Ash do whatever I just showed. And the downside of that combo is like, because I don't go through original naturally in this combo, the follow up is a little bit worse with missing original in the graveyard. However, I do play 2 original now with like a max amount of Diabells, so this problem isn't as big. And usually, if everything goes well, it's like it's enough resources to just guarantee win already. And naturally, having tempo already on the field allows me to do some interruptions, like even summon my opponent's monster. I mean, this card just broken at this point. Like most of the, like we all know this. So that's the single Ash combo. I think if anyone is playing Jet Synchro, it will be slightly different when you get to the IP and 3 monster. I think you go with like Princess and then do some like Oak Tribute Princess, unlock the fire, and then Synchro into those kind of stuff. I didn't play this. I'm not entirely that familiar with those kind of combos, but you can ask whoever plays Jet, and they probably know something like those. For me, I think just ending on Ash Apple with Flamber on the field is good enough. It is true. I did not go through Princess at all in this combo. I don't necessarily think this card particularly is like a good quote unquote interruption. It's just a pop. It's not like that fantastic compared to like other interruption the monsters can provide. So overall, I tend to just save this for like turn 3 as like an OTK support more instead of like things I need to set up. Obviously, this is different if you play a Fire King variant, but I prefer the pure version. Like I mentioned the reasons in my previous video, and I think I'm okay with not going through Princess during this. There's still a solid amount of interruption and good enough to win the board. And there's also other combos that do go through Princess, which is the next one I'm going to show you with Ash and a Parallel. I know I've actually mentioned some of them in my previous video, but one of the combo, that one actually isn't even the best one to do, but it just, a lot of hands you have to kind of pivot into that. So for Ash and Parallel, what I do is Ash, pop, tempo activate, bench Oak. So as you see, the first half are nearly the same, which it should be, because this is, in my opinion, the best setup against things like Bell or Nib, and so on and so forth. And also easier to get to because it doesn't go through original, so Diabell also gets here. And then these two here going to IP, do the same thing, spread out the board. And next going to link away IP and the others into Apple with 3. Trigger Parallel here under Appaloosa. So this Parallel is guaranteed safe. Parallel gonna bring out another copy of Parallel. These two will exceed into a copy of Banshee. Flame will Banshee. Oh, Inferno Flame Banshee, activate, detach, search, Birch. This is also why Birch is quite important in the build with Parallel, because sometimes Popular has already been triggered. I need Banshee, or I need Birch existing in my deck for Banshee to actually provide another body to the field. So special, Birch, these two going to an SP. SP here will target the Banshee, banish it, and because I still control Pyro on the field, Banshee will just come back. And then here, link away the Banshee and the Little Knight into Princess. Princess will want to summon a Flamber from the graveyard, but there isn't one yet. So Oak here will tribute the Flamber. Honestly, it doesn't even matter what we summon. Unlike the first combo, I don't need to summon a second Flamber because I'm going to bring back the first one with Princess. So here I can just summon like a random Ash. And then Princess bring back the Flamber. Link these two into a Nightmare Phoenix, co-link to Appaloosa. And then Flimber will be able to bring or bench the Little Knight into the back row. And this pretty much the 2-card setup. So what do I end at this point? In my opponent's turn, I can use Flimber to bring out the Little Knight, and because Nightmare Phoenix is calling to both of them, both of these Link monsters cannot be destroyed by battle, which technically is their major weakness for being like relatively low attack. And then this combo actually do go through Princess, so Princess can pop the Flimber anytime, summon, still form a Cold Link if I want to, and then Flimber will just trigger, bring back any monster I need from the graveyard. This is like an idea of how I really use Banshee is to link climb. Obviously, there is IP in the graveyard as well, so instead of really bringing SP to the back row, I can just bring IP to the back row and then summon it. If I need to, I just link away these into a second copy of SP and do the same thing as I said. So this is, like, in my opinion, the better way to play Ash in parallel. But however, there are situations where you have to use the old like the other parallel combo, which is more just like, for example, a hand trap plus parallel. You just use Droll here as an example. Normal summon Droll, link away into Linkable, trigger parallel summon, parallel, or summon another copy of parallel into Banshee, Banshee detach to search Poplar summon. Well, the tempo shouldn't be here. Poplar summon, grab original, and then these two link first into an SP. SP on summon trigger, banish the Banshee. Banshee will trigger because Poplar is on field, summon itself. These three link going to an Appaloosa with 3. Trigger the Poplar in the graveyard, bench yourself, and then original away. Then do either be like Ash, get Birch, and then summon and go these two tribute into like a Flimber, put SP to the back row. This is like if there's absolutely no other extender existing, not even anything that can be tributed for Ash. And if you do draw like a tempo with, for example, Droll and parallel, yeah, in hands over there, you can just go like Ash tribute, like maybe a Flimber from the back row, get Oak, flood the board, and then make Princess into Nightmare Phoenix, just like earlier. So this is also just another combo. There's also the art of running parallel exceed, because some of the hand trap, like Veiler and Droll, can pair very well with parallel and actually make some crazy board without drawing any sync eye cards. So this is another combo like can show. And then a lot of people have asked me in my previous video how likely to summon Borrelend, because it is a Link 5 require 3+ effect monster, which isn't likely to happen, or is it? Fun fact: this Snake Eye engine provide a crazy amount of Link bodies, and all you need to do to climb into what I call the Wombo combo of Borrelend Pentestag, the requirement isn't as high. Let me just bring out an example. A single Diabell star. Not even wanted. Diabell, pitch, whatever, summon. Wait, not that one. Sell original the Diabell away, summon Ash. Ash get pop get tempo. Tempo here. Bench Flimber. Pop link away into Linkable. Pop go to the bench. Ash pop into Oak out, Oak and Flimber into whatever. Flimber bring back 2 more. These two, or whatever, Linkable plus whatever into either of the Charmer. I'll just use Hida as an example here. Because this, like, you only need to summon Borrel. You only need to perform this OTK going second, so there has to be something in your opponent's graveyard for you to grab. Hida, bring back a random monster. And then Hida and end the monster into Saling. There's technically only 2 spells existing, Original and Tempo. However, you're going second to do this. Most likely your opponent will have spells. If not, there's like, you can delay the summon of like Oak, so Flimber will still be in the back row for Saling to count as another spell. Which usually it's like not as consequential because your opponent will have some spells to combo. And Saling will get enough counters. Saling will bring back the Diabell. And here, just link 5. And then link 2. And obviously, in real matches, in real games, things will not go as well like this, for sure. Right? Your opponent's going to have interruptions. They're going to have some board that you have to play into. So you're not going to just like do a Diabell and let everything go through and just perform an OTK like this out of nowhere. However, in real games, as I showed, there's only a single Diabell. You technically have, when you go in second, a lot more other cards that you can do. You also will be trading away some cards from your opponent. There's also potentially like higher link rating monster that can be revived from both Hida and Dark. And also, even after siding, I have triple attack to maybe even take monster from my opponent. So realistically, maybe Pentestag may not be that easy to get to, but Borrelend is like very accessible to just have 5 link rating on the board somewhere by whatever you have. As long as like Flamber resolving, you most likely guarantee have at least 5 link bodies to do it. So that's another like for Borrelend. Oh, there's the other combo. I guess I'll just do it again. That I mentioned earlier in the deck profile, a Ash Parallel under Shifter. So let's say our friendly neighborhood Robina Flunder opponent. Summon Robina, you impermed it. They pass turn, well, but they drop a Shifter at the same time. Right? All I need to do to perform OTK here is normal Ash, grab Oak. Technically, grab Poplar works as well on an empty board, but Birch will give a little bit more damage because we have to link this away first. So summon Birch, link it away. It'll get banished because Shifter into Linkrevo. Trigger Parallel summons. Bring out another Parallel into Banshee here. We'll grab Poplar. On an empty board, I wouldn't need the damage, so I might even grab Poplar earlier with Ash. Now here, you just grab Birch of Banshee. Will still do enough, like over 8k on an empty board. But if there is like a tiny guy over there like Robina with 600 attack, we need to sequence this a little bit differently. So here's summon Poplar, grab. Poplar, grab Tempo. Tempo can just put whatever in the back row. It doesn't even matter. We're not going to use it. Here go Linkrevo and Banshee link away into a Dark. Banshee will get banished because Shifter has been applied and there's still Pyro on the board. Banshee will just summon itself, gain at least 400 attack from 2 Parallel, a Birch, and a Linkrevo. So this becomes 21. And then Dark will summon now the Shifter. So this is on the current board 8850 total because the help of Tempo making these two gain 1100 each. And 8850 is big enough, high enough that you can do more than 8k damage on like a Robina pass, Eaglin pass, after Shifter. And even if things goes wrong or it's like they have more things that you cannot perform the OTK, there's still enough board enough monster on the field for you to just go things like, oh, a 4 material Appaloosa next turn. Which, against shifter decks, specifically Flu, is still a very good interruption here. And also, if I know I cannot perform OTK, I might even just bench Oak instead of Flimberg. So in their turn, whenever they summon, I can just bring out Oak, and Oak can bring back whatever, like a Poplar and an Ash from the banish pile, retrieve more monster on the field. So this is like, just having Parallel Exceed make it randomly good against Shifter as well. And then that's one of the combo I think I found out by accident because I played against one of my flu friends in like a local tournament, and it just came up that he Shifter pass, and then I opened Ash Parallel. So yeah, that's pretty much all the combos I kind of able to show. There's obviously more in practice, but don't really have them written down at this point. These are all just some basic combos. All the other fancy ones, like the 2 cards, 3 cards, just start building up on this. And if you like, feel free to share the video, share this to your friends, your teammates. Let them know. Let me know what's your opinion on these kind of combos, any improvements, any suggestions, or any feedbacks in general. And that being said, this is a relatively short combo episode, and starting the next one probably in a few days, no more than a week, I'm gonna post some other Snake Eye variant decks that I built prior to the UDS. A lot of them were interesting, but they ended with not being good enough. So I did not bring it to any of the tournament, but I think they are still worth showing for the idea. Will be some interesting content. So that being said, hope you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.